After two much bigger hauls in May and June, July was a return to a little more normal. Let's check it out. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Just back in another video. Alright, y'all, so today we're going to be doing my July manga haul. And just like I said in the beginning, it's basically a little more return to normal because I'm not gonna lie, for May and June, I kind of went a little bit crazier than I was supposed to. Now, with full context, obviously, May is my birthday, so I went crazy with my birthday as I should, but I saved up a whole bunch of points throughout the year, so it didn't hurt the wallet as much. Now, June, that's a whole other different story. My wallet's still a little mad at me. I ain't gonna lie about that part. But I'm kind of enjoying going a little more back to smaller, normal manga hauls, at least for me. Because I've never been the one to like do insane, crazy 100, 150, 200 different, volume manga haul. That's not me. Maybe one day I'll get to that point, but I don't even know if I want to. Like that, at that point, your collection going so much, so fast. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to read. My backlog's already heavy enough. I don't need to just drop 100 volumes and be like, okay, now I haven't read 100 plus volumes of manga. But all that being said, let's get started with my July manga haul. Now, the first series is a little bittersweet. So I picked up volume 20 of Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead. Now, it's a little bittersweet because we are coming to a close with Zom 100. But the thing is, with this series, this is basically, to me anyway, it's marking my collection. So basically, when Zom 100 first came out, there was no Viz manga app, so you couldn't read. I couldn't even find it online to try and read it first. So I made it a point, when I do start finally collecting, this is gonna be like the first series that I start actively going for. First, like ongoing series I start going for. And that's exactly what I did. So when I started collecting manga, I want to say there was about 3 or 4 Zom 100 volumes that were out. And me, I've always loved the premise. I've always loved the covers. I always loved the colors of the spines. And I just had to go and pick it up. So I went ahead, I picked it up, and I fell in love. And this is still my favorite ongoing series that I collect physically anyway. And with Zom 100, it's like a journey. Like every single new volume that came up, I've been up to date as it's been coming out. So now we're in volume 20, and every single new volume that comes out, I pick it up. And the fact that like I'm going to continue collecting this and continue collecting moving forward, but Zom 100 is going to finish. That one, it hurts a little much because I always tied Zom 100 to like my collecting journey. So this one means a lot to me. It's a little bittersweet. I don't know when we're going to finish exactly, but we're almost done. The next series is a new addition to my collection, and that is volume 4 of Smile. So this one is a newer edition, and I gotta say I'm absolutely in love with it. This is the first, for me anyway, this is the first horror manga that I'm actually scared. Like, whenever I've read other horror series, I've read Junji Ito, I've read H.P. Lovecraft, I've read other horror series, and for me, they were good, but they were never scary, where I was like, oh, you know what, I'm a little bit scared. That's what I look for in a horror manga, because I do enjoy the genre, or at least I enjoy the concept of it. I haven't really found one that I really, really like until Smile. This one actually gave me nightmares, and the fact that this series gave me nightmares about this occult of just smiling people is insane. And I really am excited about this one. I did not think I was going to enjoy it that much. I just like, you know what, I just wanted to give it a try, see how I like it. Maybe I might add it to my collection. And I enjoyed it so much more than I originally thought, that instantly picked this up once I read the first volume. Now I'm on volume 4, and I'm gonna just keep going. I think this goes up to 11, which I'm excited for. A nice shorter series contained, and this is just, it's just eerie. Like, it's eerie, as it's uncomfortable, and that's exactly what I love about Smile. So after Smile, I continued on with a series that I'm always happy to get once it comes out physically, and that was volume 10 of Initial D. So Initial D is so much fun. Now, at the time of recording, I am finally up to date. So the only thing I have not read is this newest one, volume 10, but I've read all up in 1 through 9. Damn. it just keeps getting better. Like I put down Initial D for a while, probably almost I want to say a good 6 months, probably 6 months to probably close to a year. I was behind a good amount on Initial D, and I just picked it up right where I left off, and the story has not wavered at all. It just keeps getting better and better. I thought it was gonna get a little clunky when we started moving towards like the double digit volumes, only because how much can you really do with racing? That's what I was thinking at least. I was I was so happily blown away with how much you can do because the story is going, it's progressing in a more, I want to say, linear fashion. Like you can expect the progression to be as it is. Like you can expect what the main character is going to do. You know, the plot is not groundbreaking where, oh my god, he's doing something I never would. It's pretty like you can kind of see this stuff coming with how the story is laid out, but I think that's the good part about it where you're not confused at any point. You can pretty much see what's going to happen next, and what happens next is always an enjoyment to read. I mean, the only part I don't like is the occasional chapters where they'll go and veer off about some of the more side characters. I find out and see what's going on in their lives. That's the only parts that I'm just like, okay, whatever. I'll just like speed through it, whatnot, because to me, the main character is what I care about. I care about him. I care about his driving. I care about his story. So with like when it comes to like the side characters, they are memorable. They are good. They're very well written. But for me, I don't care about them as much because they're a little one dimensional. There's a few characters that are more complex, but with Initial D anyway, I just care about the main character. I want to see him go as far as driving's going to take him. I want to see him fall in love with racing. Now, with the intense pace of Initial D, it's more of like a sport action series. We going to shift gears a little bit, and the next series has a completely just different atmosphere, and that's Wash It All Away Volume 8. I love this series so much. Now at this point, I'm currently a good amount behind, which also I like and I don't like. I don't always like having a big backlog of unread series, but with this one in particular, I like reading this series when I'm having like a bad day. So the fact that I haven't read a lot of it means I haven't had a lot of bad days. So I'm thinking that as a plus. I'm taking that as a plus. But that's when I like to really read Watch It All the Way because it's one of those series for me anyway where it's a complete escape. I read this series and I'm just enthralled in all of the different just mundane things of simply running a laundromat. And I gotta say, I've watched a few episodes of the anime. The anime is great. They did a really, really good job. If you are curious about Wash It All Away, what it entails, I highly recommend just check out the anime. It's so much fun. And they really did a good job at capturing the atmosphere of like the manga itself. Because with the manga, I was a little worried because it's just relaxing. It's a more rural town. Everyone kind of knows each other. And I was hoping that the anime was going to be able to transfer that. 'Cause I know a lot sometimes when it comes to, adapting anime into manga, sometimes things can get lost in translation. But with the anime, they did an amazing job. Like it really feels what I call I call it Studio Ghibli vibes. I don't know what's the correct term that I'm looking for, but it's that very cozy, home, like rural thing. Especially me, I'm from the city. I've never even seen grass. I'm being facetious, obviously, but I'm from the city. I've never had that type of lifestyle where I can know everyone in my vicinity the way Watch It All the Way does, and I've always been drawn to that type of thing. Whenever like my favorite Studio Ghibli movies have that type of atmosphere, and this, for whatever reason, when I read it, I get those vibes, and the anime continues to have that type of vibe, which I really do enjoy. And the final two volumes continues basically was going to end up being probably my longest running series, and of course that is going to be Baki. So here is volume 17 of Baki, and also volume 18 of Baki. I absolutely love Baki. It's so much fun. The action is insane. The story is fun. This is just a beautiful action-packed martial arts series. Now, I'm at the time of this recording, Kodama has been at this point. They've been announced that they're going to be moving to the next part of Baki once this is completed. And honestly, once this is completed and I have everything, I think I'm going to take a break on Baki just for a little bit. only because, again, at the time of recording, it's San Diego Comic-Con, and they just announced a box set. I'm so upset, slightly. It's a little bit expensive, but I think it ends up being cheaper than if you would got it regularly. But it's what I think is the first 5 volumes of Baki. I would have loved that box set, but I'm already what 18 deep. What I'm gonna do? I ain't gonna sell them and then pick up the box set. I'm not that crazy, but I think once I'm done collecting the first part of Baki, I think I'm gonna hold off on the rest, only because the first part of Baki I really really looked forward to because I never experienced it. From part 2 moving forward, I've seen the animes that come out on Netflix, so I pretty much know the story. I know what's gonna go on. Versus the first part, I knew of it, I knew what happened, but I've never seen the first part anime because that one's a little bit older. So I never seen that anime, but I knew generally what happens because the Netflix series, they do a decent job at explaining what goes on in the first part. So when the first part came out, I just wanted to really get invested in it. I wanted to find out what exactly goes on and what makes that first part so much fun. So that's why I like jumped at it when Kodama first released the first part of Baki. But once I'm done with this, I think it finishes in 24 volumes, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong. If it finishes in 24 volumes, I think I'm going to take a little bit of a break on Baki. Now, I might wait until they drop another box set for that part 2. I might wait. As soon as they drop that box set, if they keep doing what they're doing, I think I'm gonna get that. But for the moment, I think I'm gonna hold off on Baki, especially because these volumes, they are extremely high quality, but they are expensive. So these are currently what, $20, and I think the part 2 of Baki they just announced is gonna be 25. So 25, if you get 2 volumes a month, that's already $50. I'm like, that's a lot. Like I'm not, my wallet already hurting with me picking up Baki. I could wait for part 2. I'll say that. So that was everything that I picked up in the month of July, and this is probably like the most accurate sense of my collecting journey. I don't normally pick up a huge, manga haul every single time. I'm more low key. Probably 10 is probably like my max on a normal like manga haul, I want to say. But with May and June, I kind of went a little bit overboard. I had to spoil myself a little bit, right? So I'm not mad at it by any means, but my wallet sure is. So I went a little bit more normal, a little more low key. Especially too, July didn't have a lot of things for me to pick up because I have my list of things I need to pick up each month. I don't just go in blind. So July didn't have too much. August has a little bit more. So that one's gonna be maybe a chunkier manga haul. If it stays within my budget, you always gotta stay within your budget because you never know what's gonna happen with manga. So that's everything I picked up in the month of July. I'm super excited because I got to pick up a lot of series that I've been actively collecting for a while now. None of these are volume ones. These are all, for me anyway, well-established series that I've been collecting for a minute. And I'm having so much fun. I can't wait to dive deep and read a lot of these mangas. I want to get back into manga reading. I don't know about y'all, but for me, I don't like reading in the summer. It's too hot. Even when I turn the AC on, it get a little hot. I don't know if I want to read in the summer. I don't get that urge to read as much as I do like when in the more colder seasons, winter, fall. But I want to start reading more of my collection. I think I have an idea of what I want to do and how I'm gonna do it. So stay tuned for that next video. And if you've enjoyed this video, thank you guys so much for watching. I can't believe you made it this far. Thank you guys again. I really do appreciate it. And if you like my manga haul, definitely let me know down in the comments what are you collecting currently or what series that you're looking forward to. I love to hear that in the comments. Thank you again so much for watching. If you're new here and you like my content and you like what I'm doing, consider subscribing, leaving a like, hit the bell so I don't post another video. Follow me on Twitter. Links will be in the description. This is your boy Just. I'm off this.